And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For our sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, in the cup which she has filled up to her double. This is taken from Revelation chapter 18, verse 1 to 6. Revelation chapter 18, verses 1 to 6. And now we're going to continue in the book, The Great Controversy, by Prophetess Ellen G. White of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Protestants have tampered with and patronized popery. They have made compromises and concessions which papists themselves are surprised to see and fail to understand. Men are closing their eyes to the real character of the Roman Catholic Church and the dangers to be apprehended from her supremacy. The people need to be aroused to resist the advance of this most dangerous foe to civil and religious liberty. Many Protestants suppose that the Catholic religion is unattractive and that its worship is dull, meaningless, round of ceremony. Here they mistake. While Romanism is based upon deception, it is not a coarse and clumsy imposture. The religious services of the Roman Church is a most impressive ceremonial. Its gorgeous display and solemn rites fascinate the senses of the people and silence the voice of reason and of conscience. The Church's claim to right to pardon leads the Romanists to feel at liberty to sin, and the ordinance of confession, without which her pardon is not granted, tends also to give license to evil. If we desire to understand the determined cruelty of Satan manifested for hundreds of years, not among those who have never heard of God, but in the very heart and throughout the extent of Christendom, we have only to look at the history of the Roman Catholic Church. Through this mammoth system of deception, the Prince of Evil achieves his purpose of bringing dishonor to God and wretchedness to man. As we see how he succeeds in disguising himself and accomplishing his work through the leaders of the Roman Catholic Church, we may better understand why he has so great antipathy to the Bible. If that book is read, the mercy and love of God will be revealed. It will be seen that he lays upon men none of these heavy burdens. All that he asks is a broken and contrite and a humble and obedient spirit. The Roman Catholic Church now presents a fair front to the world, covering with apologies of her record of horrible cruelties. She has clothed herself in Christ-like garments, but she is unchanged. Every principle of the papacy that existed in past ages exists today. The doctrines devised in the dark ages are still held presently. Let none deceive themselves. The papacy that Protestants are now so ready to honor is the same that ruled the world in the days of the Reformation, when men of God stood up at the peril of their lives to expose her iniquity. She possesses the same pride and arrogant assumption that lorded it over kings and princesses and claimed the prerogatives of God. Her spirit is no less cruel and despotic now than when she crushed out human liberty and slew the saints of the Most High God. The papacy is just what prophecy declares that she would be, the apostasy of the latter times. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3 and 4. It is a part of her policy to assume the character which will best accomplish her purpose. But beneath the variable appearance of the chameleon, she conceals the inverted venom of the serpent.